Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Your Fulfilled Life. It really does depend on you to live your fulfilled life. And today we're cutting through excuses, reasons, and obstacles that you think stand in your way, but really are just reasons holding you back. So we're going to break through those today and eliminate them, I promise you, so you can step into your most fulfilled life. So when you look back at tomorrow, you're jazzed about everything that you see. My name is Antiqua Lisha. I am the CEO and founder here at Your Own University, where you come to find the top coaches in the world that inspire you to live your best life. And we are so excited. Today I'm joined by another top coach right here beside me. His name is Maxwell Ivory, and he is known as the Blind Blogger, and such an inspiration and incredible coach. Talk about getting outside of our own way and away from obstacles. So he is extremely busy, and I am extremely busy, and we know you are extremely busy. So as always, we're going to keep this short and sweet and give you actionable tips that you can seriously put into action today and transform your life during this 22-day event. And thank you so, so much for being here. If you have not already gotten our free book, the ebook of It Depends on You, it is amazing. You're going to love it, and it will inspire you every day to live your best life. It's going to be full of affirmations, tips, and tools just for you to open up and share with all of your friends. Get your copy at yourownuniversity.org. So are you ready, Max?
I'm ready.
All right. So what shifts in your life had you embrace your purpose and start living your life fulfilled?
It started with living through a health crisis that forced me to reevaluate my life and where I was going, and it gave me the impetus to leave a business that was failing, that I wasn't happy being a part of anymore, and to start my own business online, helping people buy and sell amusement equipment. As you mentioned, I am the Blind Blogger, but I'm also known as Mr. Midway. My first business and my primary business now is brokering amusement park and carnival rides, as I used to be part of a family carnival. So,
right.
And if I hadn't changed my life, addressed health issues, I wouldn't be alive today. I was morbidly obese, taking lots of prescription medicines, possibly depressed, although never diagnosed. And I just wasn't showing up and living my life at all. I was going through day to day and just existing. And I'm just so much happier now that I've had the opportunity to embrace so many new challenges and opportunities and find out about all those things inside me that I didn't realize were even there.
Wow. So you had a failing business, failing health, depression, so failing mind, and you turned that all around, and now you have an incredible business. I'm sure everybody just has a few questions just really fast on, I don't know. I know I wanted to run away in the carnival when I was a kid. I think we all go through that phase, or at least some of us showgirls and boys do. What was that like?
It was really not any different than being part of a family-owned business. That people that are familiar with farming and ranching probably have similar experiences, just with horses and cows, or tractors and balers instead of Ferris wheels and carousels. It's everybody is invested in the business. You generally don't have all the tools or resources you need, but you find a way to get things done. And in our case, with a carnival, you work 40 to 50 weeks a year, and your number one job is to get open. Right. No matter what you have to do or how bad you look doing it, the only thing that matters is making opening and having things ready to operate safely when 4 or 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon rolls around. So you learn at an early age to have an attitude of positive, the old can-do spirit, that we're going to find some way to make this happen because we don't have any other choice.
Wow. So that probably helped you come through a little bit too, and we'll learn more about your tips now. So what are your top tips that took you from living this life of brokenness to opening up your own business and working in a field that obviously you have a ton of experience in, helping people set up their own Ferris wheels and everything now, getting all of that out. And also the blind blogger and what inspired that, which I didn't ask. So I guess I'm kind of asking two things now. You can tell us about the blind blogger because I do want to know about that. I know everybody else does too. And then share with us your top tips.
Okay. There isn't really a good metaphor for where you were going there. I started out using social media, Facebook and LinkedIn groups, the blog, and doing some videos to promote the amusement equipment sales. And I was lucky enough to be invited to join the Bloggers Helping Bloggers group on LinkedIn, and met a lot of amazing people there. And they basically said, you know, Max, I know you don't think you're anything special, but just the fact that you show up every day, that you take on all these challenges, that you're not afraid to take risks and do things that you don't exactly know how you're going to do at the time, that's really inspiring, especially to all those people out there who have no physical disability or any real reason not to be doing more with their lives.
Right.
And they said, Mike, you really have to share your story. You have an obligation, because whether you know it or not, you're an inspiration to a lot of people out here, and even more people need to hear your story. They need to see that, you know, that the blind guy is going to show up every day and is going to do the next thing in front of him, even if it's hard.
So how did you become the blind blogger? And then, you know, really into that transition, what are your top tips? What have you learned to live your life fulfilled?
Okay. Like I think I may have said that when I started the Midway Marketplace to help people sell equipment, I was doing everything I could think of to promote sales. I was on Facebook and social media groups, blogging, doing videos for a podcast, and several people in the Bloggers Helping Bloggers group on LinkedIn told me just how inspiring my story was, and that I needed to share it more. I argued with them, saying that I wasn't an inspiration. I was just a guy who showed up every day and did the next job in front of him, and found ways to get stuff done with the help of his friends. And they said, no, Max, there are too many people out there who don't have a disability or any real excuse not to be doing more with their lives, and they need people like you to inspire and motivate and encourage them, and basically to take away their excuses. The number one comment I get on my blog is, if Max can do it, why can't I, or why am I not doing it if he is? So I've kind of also become a no excuses guy. And I didn't choose the name The Blind Blogger. One of the things that happens when you're blind is most people don't know but one visually impaired or blind person. So if you're in their circle of friends, you become the blind friend or the blind coach or the blind blogger. That's just the way it is. You know, people have to you in their mind. So, and when I finally accepted my role as somebody who could motivate others, I was searching for a URL, and some of my friends online said, Max, we've been calling you the Blind Blogger for a year now. Why don't you just see if that URL was available? And theblindblogger.net was available. So here I am offering I share the more personal aspects of running a business as a blind person, and I offer coaching and public speaking. And I actually have my first presentation. Well, this is my first video, but I'm scheduled to give a talk to the Student Blogging Society at Kent University next month. So that's a big thing I'm looking forward to.
It's 5:30.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited about that. And I also want to thank you, because this will be the first thing I've done where I'll have video online.
See? Yes. Well, you're such an inspiration because of, one, like, you don't take no for an answer, and you really go out there and you get what you want. And you've been writing blogs. You can see some of his blogs at your own university. And as a coach, you give so much too. So will you tell us a little bit about your mission now, what you really desire, where you're moving to? It's obviously, you're talking about speaking, so you're doing more speaking engagements, but how can we get involved in knowing more about you and your mission?
Well, of course, there's the blindblogger.net where they can read my posts, or they can go to, is it yourownuniversity.org? And,
yes.
And also check out some of my blog posts over there, because there will be some content over there that isn't on my website. They can follow me on Twitter at Maxwell Ivy. I have the ebook, Leading You Out of the Darkness into the Light, which is a motivational ebook with exercises they can work through that includes email support. And of course,
Wow.
my new baby, yeah, I know. And of course, my new baby, the on the air course, where I teach people how to reach new audiences, to share their story, and to build their brand or promote their company using radio and podcast interviews, and of course, going forward, also television interviews, guest blogging, things like that. And I've put a lot of hard work and sweat into the recording the audios, and I have a lot of experience. And the one thing I have learned as far as getting booked for radio shows or being asked to guest post is it's all about your story. It's about being the person that you are deep down and sharing a little bit of that with whoever it is you're pitching at the time.
Nice. And so I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I thought I lost you. We've had so much fun with the technical aspects of this call.
No, we're doing good. We're doing good. So my next question really goes into what you were just saying, because you were starting to tell everybody a bit about your offer, and it's really amazing. Because let me just tell you, I just added up, the numbers and everything, and I'm just going to brag a little bit. I don't know the years or everything, but I know that you have over 18,000 followers on social network, and that takes a lot of people to come in, and that means they're reading your blog and they're engaged with you and talking to you, and that's a lot of activity online. And especially if you're blind, think about being blind and doing things online. Granted, there's a lot of tools, but we had issue being here. So you really haven't taken any excuses, and you've really been like, yes, I'm going to do that. And then getting on radio shows and everything is one way that we met, is through a radio program. So my question for you is really about your program and your coaching program that you're offering everybody here that wants to learn more about how they can find this reach and really step into sharing their story. Tell us a little bit more about your program.
Well, it is an audio course, but I also have offered to work with people on their pitch email as part of the course if they. So that's something. But the main thing is you have to know who you are and what your story is. That's the first real important segment of the course is determining what your story is and becoming comfortable telling it. And the one thing I always tell people is that you're going to get much better at telling it, and you're going to become much more comfortable with it the more often that you do it. I have noticed, even with myself, that I did a magazine article last month where I shared some things in there about my personal life that I had never shared before. And I find that each time I do a radio show or each time I reevaluate my pitch email, I include just a little bit more, because I want people to know that they're getting somebody who their listeners or their readers or the viewers are going to be able to connect with, to get to like, and to want to share the experience by connecting on social media or sharing the video, sharing the audio, promoting the host show. Because to me, the most important thing about being a guest after showing up and doing a good interview is putting butts in the seats or faces in front of the screens.
Absolutely. And that's what we're all about here at Your Own University, is collaboration and promotion. So with that, there is his course right below you to get your story, to get to know you, to figure out how he's gotten booked on things and how he's built his platform socially to become Max Ivy. And all you have to do is click the link below. There's also a link in the email that we sent out to you, so you can find the link right there. And then we have his program as well at yourownuniversity.org, where you can find it and sign up for it. So you have many ways to get there, but I just suggest that you go and you purchase this program. If you have anything within you that really desires to get on podcasts, to be booked on shows, and to put together your story, you, because you're unique. And that's why we're really doing this program. That's why we're doing this summit, because when you are fulfilled, when you know yourself, then everybody else is touched by you. Everybody else knows you, and you can really bless the world with who you are. And it's just a lot easier when you're not trying to be 100 different people or please 100 different people. Life becomes easy and fresh and amazing. So it is my pleasure and such joy to have you here, Max. Thank you so much for being on the show today and a part of this summit, and for blogging, and for creating fun in people's life, because that's what the carnival's all about. I mean, I know for up here in Alaska, the state fair is like the biggest thing that happens. That's all we pretty much have. And the rides is the best part.
Yep. And in a lot of cases, the people I work with on the amusement equipment side, most of them are in a position where they can't purchase additional equipment or newer stuff until they find a home for the older stuff. And also, I find that I'm really enjoying introducing some of the European manufacturers to the U.S. market, who some of them, while they have good websites and good equipment, for some people just don't know who they are here yet. So that's something.
And there we go back to knowing who you are and sharing your story and getting that promotion out. So please, right there is his gift. Go ahead and link into it. Find yourself, figure out how to get booked on all these amazing things for yourself, and drop the excuses. I told you that you do that today. Thank you so much for being on, Max, and everybody will see you next time in the summit, and feel free to share it with your friends. Just share the URL that you found and they'll get access to all of them as well. Talk to you soon. Bye.